Today I want to start a quick video on addresses. The reason I want to do that is because I noticed a problem starting towards the end of this past year where if your address has a fraction, for example, like as you see here on the hellomobile page, that address line, if you have a fraction for some reason the system won't take it. And I've noticed that on several other websites, as I'll show you in a second. But one thing I noticed that if you're a database person making databases, what you want to do is make the address field here, but on the side you want to make one that's another field that says apartment, suite, or anything else you want to put in there so that you are able to input a, say, just a fraction. For example, the let's say your address is 12345 Apple Street, and it has 12345 and a half, or whatever the fraction may be. A lot of times the systems won't take the fraction on the billing address field, or entrance here. What I'm trying to think, what do you call it, the address bar, or whatever the address field options you got. Anyway, I did notice that if you have the option to put it on the suite, apartment, or other fields, then the system will take it. So let me show you an example here. This is basically a Hello Mobile page for a phone service that I have used. I have been trying to get them to change or fix the address, not change it, but fix it. And since the beginning, they have never been able to fix it. The system just won't take it, and they won't allow you to edit. So that's the type of stuff you want to keep in mind. Allow the owner to change it if need be, because they may change addresses, or just allow them to make it easier to change that. So here's the other page that I want to show you, if I can find it. AliExpress. So I started having issues with AliExpress and ordering items. Back then, I don't remember if they had this or not, but my whole address was here. I was able to put in the fraction in it, and for the longest time I was able to receive packages. But then towards the end of the year, I started getting, well, I never got the packages, for one. And what happened was, when I would order something, the address would change to some random address, that, or non-existent address, that had the number in it, but it didn't have the correct address, or the street, because it had a fraction in it. So what I found out the other day, I ordered something again with that, and sure enough, it changed the address again. So it was just a small item to see if the system would take it, but nope. Sure enough, it went to some other random address. So I know I'm not gonna get that item, but it's something very small that I ordered just to test it. Then I went ahead and deleted that address. I went ahead and tried to put the whole address on the same page with the fraction, and it wouldn't take it. So at that time, I realized, you have the apartment, suite, and unit. So they have this other field here that I have highlighted. So you can definitely put the address, the number, and your street number, and or the house number and your street. And then on this side, you can put the apartment, say 1/2 or half, or whatever the fraction is. You put it on here, and then you put everything else corresponding to your address, and guess what? It actually works. So I order a couple other things, because now it shows the address, but if it's just a number, that's actually a different apartment. So I was able to put or choose apartment, and then the fraction here, so that the carrier sees that it's the same address but a different apartment, or the one next to it, or whatever the case may be. And I just want to make this quick video because I've noticed that quite a bit. Um, Seems like, I don't know what happened with the updates, but it seems a lot of systems are having that problem. Another example is at the hospital. I went to the local hospital with someone to get their vaccine or their third shot or whatever that was. And the nurse there only had one field, and I think that was a government site too, where you go and sign up for to get the shot or the third shot or whatever vaccination you need. And they did not have the second field as well. So for the address, she put the address or the house number and then the street, and then she literally wrote the fraction instead of putting it in numbers. She actually wrote 1/2 or whatever the case was then. So that's why I want to make this video, because it seems like a lot of people either haven't noticed or just haven't paid attention to what's going on. But this is something very important, so you want to make sure you have the extra option here, or the extra fields that somebody can put in their other information if the system doesn't take that particular address and you have a fraction, for example, in it. And this is what you want to see, because once I was able to do it here, then everything went through okay. And when I ordered my other item, it went through okay, and the address is correct, so it doesn't change anymore. So there is something going on with databases that I know there weren't any problems before. You were able to do that, but I'm not sure what's changed, but I have noticed that quite a bit. So if you're ordering things from anywhere, make sure you double check your addresses, and when you make an order, make sure it is correct, because something funky is going on some systems. I'm not saying they all are, but again, if you're someone who works with databases, this is definitely something you want to keep in mind. Just get those extra fields in there so that people can put their correct address and not have any problems. So I hope this helps, and I'm just gonna stop it right here.